Hey everybody, and welcome. Today I'm taking an impromptu adventure through the state of Utah in search for an amazing overlook I hear, something known as the Wedge Overlook. It's part of the San Rafael Swell, and it overlooks something that I've heard referred to as the Little Grand Canyon. So, it intrigued me, and I want to go see what this is all about, and I'd love to have you join me. So that feature off to the left there that you should be able to see, the white sandstone, that is the San Rafael Swell, what I believe is the beginning of it. They actually have a whole National Geographic map book devoted to this thing. It's actually quite enormous. So a little background for you. I was just sitting around at my campground, my campsite at Goblin Valley State Park this morning. Got out early, did some filming. Have a little bit of time, extra time today, so I had read about this overlook that we're heading out to. It's probably a good couple hours from the campsite, believe it or not. The San Rafael Swell covers a large area. It's only about 80 miles, but I'm assuming it's probably because of the roads that we have to take to get there. But yeah, I figured, you know, it's the middle of the day, why not get it done and go check out something new that we haven't seen before. What I'm doing is taking, I believe it's a state route 24, taking that north to hook up with Interstate 70, and then I take 70 west to, I believe, a route called Route 10, and take that north, just going off of memory based on talking to our ranger about it. I do have that map book though, and I have mapped it on Google, so got a really brief signal, was able to map it, and hopefully that'll get me the whole way there. You know, just driving around here, getting familiar with it, the San Rafael Swell, that feature you see right there, it's actually quite amazing. I read it's really just a big, giant chunk of rocks that got uplifted somehow through geological processes. And it truly is a swell. I mean, just as it looks, it just swells out of the earth, out of nowhere. And I've been driving for a while now, and I see it from the campground. It's just huge. There's actually lots to do around the San Rafael Swell. We actually did a hike through a couple slot canyons, for example. Yeah, it's a very beautiful area. I've never heard of it, I'll be honest, until this trip when I started researching this area. Not sure how that one escaped me, but it might be ranking up there with some of my all-time favorite places. Wow. Interstate 70. Speed limit is 80. I'm going like 60. Been driving on state routes for a long time now, but wow. This might be one of the most beautiful interstates that I've ever seen. Holy moly, look at that. It's like we're driving straight into the San Rafael Swell, like straight at it, and it's huge. It's just getting more and more towering with every passing second. It reminds me of the Radiator Springs, the ride at Disneyland, the backdrop. There's like shapes very reminiscent of that. It's kind of uncanny. We are driving straight through the swell. They just cut right through this thing. Looks like this is a man-made job. It's just too perfect. I could see where they were blowing things up with dynamite, little grooves in the rock. Wow. So there's a little view area called the Black Dragon View Area right off of the highway. Seen a couple view areas so far, like little scenic overlooks. So I don't know if we're ever going to get to our destination today, because I'm going to stop at every one probably, but look at that. I mean, wow. So we drove pretty much through this. The other side was that really white looking part of the swell that we were seeing from the distance, and this is looking at it from the other side now. I think the sign said this was called Black Dragon Canyon. And oh my, I love these like drastic drops. Woo! looky down there. You could actually see water, little pools of water down there. All right, yeah, so I think the thing we're going to see, the Wedge, probably outdoes all this if what I read is correct. But yeah, I love me a good overlook. Definitely nice today because I've been doing a lot of hiking the last couple days and I needed a day just to kind of take it a little bit easier. Didn't have any more hiking in me. So this is awesome. I love just riding in the car, beautiful drive, overlooks. So yeah, I'm on a road. I don't even know what route this is. I think it's at 131 maybe. It's a gravel road. You could see it's pretty clear actually. Pretty flat, although there have been some washboards along the way, like in the very beginning, to the point where I was like, I don't know about this actually. The ranger that I talked to at Goblin Valley State Park said, oh, you should be fine on here. I know if there are storms, you could have problems, but there's really nothing in the forecast. So right now everything seems stable. So I'm gonna just keep going. Go as far as I can. The only thing is that this overlook is like 39 miles. So I don't know if it's 39 miles of this or what. I guess we'll find out. That's why we're doing these videos, is to show you guys. Just taking a look. This is the road. And yeah, we are in the middle of nowhere. About as in the middle of nowhere as you can get. I was driving by this and I saw this thing. And there's a sign that says the Sinkhole. So I'm intrigued. I had to stop and see this. See, I wasn't lying. It's the Sinkhole. Oh man. I don't know if we can get a better look at that. It goes down further than I think. Let's try to get around to the other side. Yeah, I'm trying to climb up on this railing here, and yeah, what do you know? It is like a cave. Truly a sinkhole, what do you know? I imagine there'll be some cool stops along the way. Saw some signs to some other stuff like this pictograph, old Native American drawings somewhere out here. So I'm really excited. This is a really cool area. Yeah, this is turning out to be a full-fledged adventure. Yeah, it's a beautiful scene. Just stretches for forever in front of you. Strangely enough, the further I go, for the most part, the road's been smoother, which is odd, you know? Like I said, the worst part was right in the very beginning. Right here, yeah, just still gravel, but just, this seems ironically more well-traveled. You can see where other people's tires have been before you, and as long as you kind of stay on that, it's smooth. So I would say so far, I'll give you my final appraisal when we're done. If you wanted to do this particular trip, I'm in the Volkswagen Golf, and I don't take too many risks with this kind of stuff. But so far, yeah, not having a hard time at all. Car's gonna be a little dirty though. I just had to make a quick stop and take this view in. Wow. I am in the middle of nowhere, as middle of the nowhere as it truly gets. I just have to stop every once in a while to take in this landscape. This feature here is called Bottleneck Peak, and here's why. Just kidding. Should be pretty obvious. So I'm in Sid's Mountain Wilderness. So far I've seen a mixture of vehicles. I have seen a couple other people finally. Saw a caravan of ATVs coming through here, and shortly before that I saw somebody in a small Hyundai, comparable to like my kind of car. So yeah, I'm not the only one driving a passenger car down here, and yeah, everything's still going well. The only problem that I have is this. Oh boy, look at that. Ooh, it's hot. So I found a little campground out here, Swinging Bridge South Campground. Looks like it's off this way. I don't see anybody camping out here. I see picnic tables, I see fire rings, vault toilets. I don't have time, unfortunately, to go explore that right now. Little tiny campground right there, a campsite. Really pretty though, this is amazing. I always like scouting out places like this. This campground looks like it's pretty legit. I mean, but seriously though, just look at the views you'd get from this campground. And it looks like we have the San Rafael River right here. There's an old bridge over here too. They have stones here to prevent people from driving over it, but I imagine at one time that was the only way across. Wow, that looks like an old bridge. You can see you got this spot here where the tires would line up. Let's go check out the river. I'm assuming it's okay to walk on this. See some rotted boards there. I can feel it creaking under my feet. Now, if that's not an idyllic scene, I don't know what is. The San Rafael River. Not flowing too hard, but there's water in there. You can hear it. Oh, check this out. So this is a sign about the San Rafael Bridge, the Swinging Bridge, hence the name of the campground. You can see some old-time photos here. Looks like it was built between 1935 and 1937. It's a Utah historic site on the National Register of Historic Places. See, this is what adventuring is all about to me. Walking across an old rickety historic swinging bridge. Saw a picture that showed sheep, for ranchers pushing sheep over this bridge. Because that river was too treacherous apparently to get cattle and stuff across safely. I really like this spot. This has to be high up on my list of places to camp sometime. And that's the new modern bridge that we're gonna drive over and cross, right next to the old bridge. So the road past the San Rafael Bridge is actually, ironically, smooth. It's not quite paved. I don't even know what this is. It's not really even gravel, but it's almost as smooth as pavement, whatever it is. That's just weird because I feel like we're even further remote now. So I'm not complaining. Although you do get little spots like this right here where you gotta be careful, but yeah. So I was making my way down the road here and I saw this pull off in a sign called the Buckhorn Pictograph panel. So these are some of those pictographs I think I was mentioning earlier. So on the channel we see a lot of petroglyphs, which are carvings on the rock. I believe pictographs are actually paintings. I'm not sure what materials they used, but it's more of like a painting as opposed to like chipping away at the rock. So apparently these things we're about to look at, these pictographs were made in about 1,000 years ago. Wow. I think that's supposed to be a sheep. For some reason that looks like an alien that has to pee. And that one there is Indiana Jones with his whip. Yeah, look there, you can see the holes pecked in their chests, just like it said. This is actually really amazing. Yeah, I think there's something about these that's cooler than petroglyphs. Very expressive, very eerie, but yeah, I mean, I don't know, this is not easy to get to, but if you could make it over here to this thing, that was one of the coolest things I've seen in a long time. Yeah, that is a must stop. That was fantastic. You can actually see them from the road, some of the bigger ones. I was reading about things to do in the area when I was planning the trip, and this is one of the things that I saw, the Buckhorn Pictographs, and also the Wedge Overlook where we're going. I just had no idea, it totally escaped me that the things were this remote and down like miles of gravel roads, driving for a couple hours, in fact, to get there. The drive has been well worth it though. This has been an adventure that exceeds all my expectations today. I had no idea. All right, I just saw this random rock art site in a small trail leading up over there. All right, let's go check out this rock art. Do a little bit of a hike. Doesn't look like that far though. It's just nice to stretch my legs. I know I was complaining about not wanting to hike earlier, but I got my second wind. This adventure has gotten the blood flowing. There it is, pecked into the rock. I'm assuming these are petroglyphs, not pictographs, because they're carved in the stone. Wow. These are like stick figures or something. Is that a family? It's like a father, mother, and two kids, and father's bionic commando arm just whoosh. And those look like, I'm guessing, like sheep, bighorn sheep. And you can see the road down there. There's the Cactus Atlas mobile. Thing's a champ, man. But yeah, that's about how far I had to walk to get up here. Wow. I'm guessing more bighorn sheep, maybe? I love when adventures just turn out to be awesome. I didn't have a solid plan today. I knew there was this thing called the Wedge Overlook. Still haven't gotten there yet. And I might be able to fit in a couple other things. I didn't realize that everything was on the way. So it worked out perfectly. And this has become a certified adventure on the Cactus Atlas. Man, I really want to explore every nook and cranny of this area and just scour it. But time is not on my side because I have a long drive back and I have to go back, as far as I know, I got to go back the way I came down that dirt road. That's a long drive. I think I'm getting closer to the Wedge Overlook. But yeah, I just didn't realize that this is what it was gonna be. And I was just thinking to myself, I haven't really been very clear about where I am or what I'm doing. I don't even know the name of this road anymore. I wanna say it was like Route 131 or something, but what I'm gonna do is go to cactusatlas.com. I'll put links in the description below to a couple pages, and I'll do a write-up, and I'll be very specific about this whole journey in case you wanna replicate it for yourself, because yeah, this is amazing, and I would say accessible to just about any kind of vehicle so far. Oh, all right, so the roads are getting very weird now. Google's taking me here, and I saw a sign that says to the overlook, but definitely looks like there's some ranching going on out here. Lots of cows. Hey guys! They're all just looking at me. Now they're bored. They're like, whatever. Hello. Number 645. So according to Google, only 6 miles to go. Looks like we're going over a cattle guard, so I'm guessing no more cows. I see a dust devil. But yeah, no people out here at all. Something goes wrong, I'm sleeping with the cows tonight. All right, I'm about to enter the Wedge recreation area. This is why I drove all the way the heck out here, so I hope it's worth it. I have a feeling it will be though. Oh my God. I'm not at the official overlook yet. I think it's a few thousand feet that way. But I saw this. The Wedge. This is what's known as the Little Grand Canyon. Holy wow, that's just I don't have the words. We'll see if this overlook is better. I drove all the way for this one overlook. So this road just kind of goes along the rim to wherever the overlook is going to be, maybe out there, I'm gonna guess. But I see exactly why this is called the Little Grand Canyon. I mean, this is truly a little Grand Canyon. It looks just like the Grand Canyon, just a little bit smaller. And keep in mind, I have this all to myself. So go do that at the Grand Canyon. I did see some people on ATVs having a picnic lunch up the road, a small family, but that's it. I have not seen any other people. Oh my God, look at this. Wow. You can see like a river meandering around to the bottom of the canyon. I actually made it. That was an epic journey. Oh, so worth it. This exceeds any expectation that I had reading about it on the internet, trying to learn about it. Oh. I imagine if you could be out here at sunset or sunrise, that would be a sight to behold. I actually do see some hiking trails making their way down there, so I assume you can hike to the bottom. Don't have time to do that today, but yeah. I've told you in other videos, standing around talking to yourself always deters people. Still works. Wow, what an epic day. I love when things end with a proper grand finale. This was all worth it. And the whole journey was amazing. We saw some really cool stuff today. Yeah. Just perfect. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and find us on social media at Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you want to have the ultimate picnic lunch, drive to the middle of absolute nowhere, and you'll be the envy of all your friends.